Alrighty then. Hello everyone, my name is Lisa and I'm the Viet Vegan because I'm Vietnam vegan, and today we're making one of my favorite portable lunches, which is onigiri. I'm making like the little rice balls instead of the triangle shape. I've made the triangle shape, I think, in a video before. I'm pretty sure I've done a video. It's for sure on my blog. Those are like the traditional Japanese sort of like rice triangle parcel sandwiches because I want to use some of this vegan fish that I have. It is kind of weird. It's like soy meat wrapped in seaweed. Tastes kind of fishy. It's good enough for me. I like it. And we're gonna make some unagi sauce, which is like the basis of this flavor profile with the fish, because normally with unagi you think eel because that's what unagi means, but the sauce is actually vegan, so why not make unagi vegan with the unagi sauce? I've been making it for whenever I have like hikes or whenever I have like backyard picnics and we all bring our own food. This is what I've been bringing because it's very portable, very easy. I made it for my birthday. You guys might have seen that video already. It is a bit time consuming. I feel like if you're making this for like a family, for example, for like everyone's lunches, then this makes sense, but it takes me a long time to do it, maybe because I just suck at it. So it takes like an hour total to make it. So I don't know if everyone has an hour to spend making their lunch. It's cute, it's Instagrammable, it's very tasty. So you do whatever you want with your time. So the first thing we need to do is cook some rice. My eczema is kind of annoying right now, so I'll be wearing gloves for the remainder of this video because gloves just make it a little bit easier. My rice cooker came with a little cup thing, but I'm never 100% sure if this is actually a cup of rice. So we're gonna measure that really quickly right now. Oh, it is just slightly under a cup of rice. That's fine. A scant cup of rice. So I'm using sushi rice here. Sushi rice is different from other kinds of rice in the sense that it is short grain and it is starchy. You want a starchier rice because that'll stick a little bit easier. You can make onigiri with long grain rice. I've done it before. It works fine. But traditionally it's made with this short grain rice because it's stickier and starchier and a little sweeter. So we're just gonna rinse and drain the rice. I fill it up to the one, even it out. Then I'm gonna plug it in and then we're gonna cook it. Boom. Cook. A lot of people ask me how to cook rice. I actually don't know how to cook rice over the stove. I only use a steamer because it's like a pressure cooker. It like makes the rice fluffier. It's a better time. I don't know. If you have access to a pressure cooker rice cooker, would recommend that. Now we're gonna do the unagi sauce. Equal parts soy sauce, mirin, and sugar. We're gonna do 1/4 cup of tamari. I get these from Costco. I like the glass bottles, but I feel like I should just buy the refills from Zero Waste Bulk. For those who don't know, tamari is like fermented soy juice. It's like a salty fermented soy product, whereas soy sauce is actually fermented soy and wheat to give more flavor. So if you're gluten-free, don't eat soy sauce, but use tamari instead. Similar profile, slightly different. So we've got the soy sauce in there. Now we're gonna pour the mirin. Well, that is kind of annoying. You know what? I'll use this for the sushi itself. So I'm gonna turn on the heat to about a medium heat. You wanna cook up this sauce to reduce to about half the liquid amount. So you're gonna cook out some of the water. It'll be a very salty, strong sauce, and it'll be sweet as well, which is what we are looking for. It's gonna bubble up and then it'll reduce. It'll be very hot because it is basically very hot sugar. But that is unagi sauce. And then when you're done cooking all this, you use whatever you need to use and then you keep the rest in the fridge. And it is good on drizzling onto rice, onto marinated tofu, soy curls. Ooh, beans. This would be very good on beans. The rice is finished cooking. My mic died, so I wasn't able to record a part of this, but that's fine. So we have our sauce. It is very hot. You wanna leave that aside to cool, otherwise it will burn you. Now we're gonna prepare the other components of the onigiri, which is green peas and corn. So I use frozen corn and frozen peas. I'll do a half cup, oh God, half cup of peas. Ooh, you can also use edamame. I'm gonna add some corn. Do a half cup of each, and then I'm gonna boil some water, then we'll just pour it over top. So we're gonna cut up this vegan fish. Now, I think normally I would just use like this much in the onigiri, but I'm just gonna chop all of it because I gotta use it. And I literally just pour it on top. I like to give it a little extra water because the more hot water there is, the more it actually defrosts. I just like to give it a little bit of stir. I give it about 5 minutes for the kernels and the frozen peas to soak up the water, you know, especially if they're a little freezer burnt. You know, they kind of need that extra moisture. We're just gonna cook the fish until it's hot on both sides. Also, I'm a little, you know, a little afraid of it, food safety wise, because it's been over a week in my fridge. So we're just gonna overcook it a little bit so that it is for sure fine. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil just around the rim of my pan, just to give it some slickness to fry up, you know? I should have added more oil to the pan before I put it on, but you know what? It's fine. So we're just gonna flip these guys when they are browned. If you don't have vegan fish, then you can use like baked tofu or smoked tofu instead. You want kind of like a drier tofu because when it's like in the onigiri, you don't want it to have like a lot of moisture because otherwise it will kind of fall apart in the onigiri. I like the vegan fish for this. Like honestly, you could even use like deli meat. Like you use like vegan ham and then just like brush it with the onigiri sauce. So it's totally up to you. You can totally omit the meat component of this and just have like fried tofu on the side. Do what you want with what you've got. So we've got our vegan fish all cooked up. I have a slice of nori here and I'm just gonna cut it in half. So I'm just gonna cut them in half like this, and that way I can put them inside of my little bento boxes. I like to put it shiny side up so it doesn't stick to the rice as badly. So that way you have a little edible piece. I mean, it's not like super tasty, just like a kind of a soggy piece of nori, but you know, it's fine. These bento boxes are from Mon Bento, not sponsored. I wish I was sponsored. I'm actually only gonna chop up, I think like 6, and then I'm just gonna chop these up into like kind of small pieces to be similar in size as the peas and corn. It's actually almost a full cup, but it's like a very empty cup. So we have all our ingredients together. I don't know why I did that excessive hair flip, but rice is cooked, delicious. It looks great. For 1 cup of rice, I like to use about 1 tablespoon of stuff, but I have just slightly over a tablespoon. Oh God, so annoying. What am I gonna do with that? Such an annoying little amount of stuff. You know what? I'm just gonna add the little extra bit because that's gonna bother me. So that's like a tablespoon and a half. Then we're gonna add the vegan fish, peas and corn. And then I'm just gonna do like a quick little mix up of everything. It looks a little wet and it doesn't look like it's gonna stick. But you know what? It'll have to stick. I'm gonna make it. And next I'm gonna use some roasted black seaweed. Ooh, that was probably too much. So that's about like 2 tablespoons. Oh no, that's not too bad. That's like a tablespoon. Add in however much you like. I actually kind of want more, so we're gonna add a little bit more. 2 tablespoons of furikake. We're gonna mix this together. The sesame, like the sesame powder that's in this smells so good. If you don't have access to furikake, that's fine. You can just cut up a piece of nori into like very fine pieces and then add sesame seeds to your liking. Oh my God, it smells so good. Holy moly. And then we're gonna add unagi sauce. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons. The first batch of the unagi sauce that I made of this was like a lot thicker. I could have sworn this was even thicker, but maybe I just suck. All right, so you know what? It's a little wet. That's my bad. It should be a bit drier than this, but we'll make it work. All right, well, let's just give it a test. We'll see how it goes. So I take a spoonful and I put it in this plastic wrap. I have reused this multiple times and I wash it every time. It looks a little grimy, but it's just water stains. So I take a scant tablespoon and then, well, I take like a pretty nice hefty tablespoon actually. This is actually a little guy. And then you just turn and squish the rice ball to form it, and then it will pop out of the thing. Ta-da! That's pretty tasty. I'm gonna add 1 more tablespoon of the sauce. Oh my God, that like went straight to my brain. 1 bite of rice and I like lit up like a Christmas tree. So this is the most time consuming part. If you can't be bothered, you can just mold this into like a bowl of rice and then pop it into your bento box as like a chunk of rice. And that is a good time. But I find it somewhat satisfying to eat little balls of rice. Try not to overstuff your rice with a bunch of other stuff. So you just take chunk of rice. You roll it into a ball. If you want to make sure it like stays, you can just like hold it there for a moment and pull it apart, reshape it just to make sure it's stuck to each other. So I'm gonna form all of these. This will take me forever. You don't need to see me do this. Future me doesn't need to watch me do this for like half an hour. So we're gonna fast forward until this is done. I'll show you what this all looks like in the end. Here it all is. Look how cute they are. They're so delicious. And I may have eaten a couple. I've eaten 3 total. So that means I've made 2, 4, 8 plus 5. What's 8? 21. I've made 21 balls. I would say the average human probably only needs this much rice, but I've definitely eaten 2 full trays of this before and been just barely too full. You know, you decide how much rice you want to eat. A typical serving is 1 tray of 8 balls. But anyway, the great thing about this is that there's vegetables, there's fiber, there's protein, there's rice, there's flavor. It's a good time, and it's like all in one type situation. But if you want the same sort of flavor profile, but you don't want to make the balls themselves, you can just make them into like a bowl. So you can have like rice, furikake on top, peas, corn, the fishy stuff, and then just drizzle unagi sauce and just scoop it all up. Same, but different. But these are very portable and very fun to eat. I hope you guys make this and I hope you enjoy it. It is a Japanese inspired recipe that is like kind of Korean-esque because I see more of these kind of balls in Korean culture. It's a good time. Get a little cute bento box. You'll feel super cute and eat your delicious lunch. It'll be a good time. So recipe as always, linked down below on thevietvegan.com. Subscribe if you haven't already for more recipes like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a delicious day. Bye! I don't know why I like spanked the air. Is my camera crooked? Oh my god, I stepped on a pea. Yuck. Inside the box that doesn't stick, that makes, what?